Benjamin Sesko at the time when about my RB Leipzig. Of course, Untimi my RB Leipzig 20 goals in the Bundesliga season. Even at the time, no Austria, no or born about the moment, he was not able to score a lot of goals for them. But as I share the kind of goals I watch them at RB Leipzig, it is telling you, coming to Manchester United, he can score a lot of goals for them in this particular season. Then you talk about Victor Gyokeres, Arsenal, Fakye signed in the free side of Sporting Lisbon, Edinburgh. When it comes to the last 2 seasons, Victor Gyokeres has been able to play so well for the side of Sporting Lisbon, even under Ruben Amorim and not ABOU in the Portuguese league fighter. The seems he has that kind of potential. Coming to Arsenal Football Club, he can easily score a lot of goals. Then you talk about Pedro, the kind of games even Botafogo at the time of the Brazilian league, at the time about Watford, and even at the time about Brighton and Hove Albion, he has been able to give them consistent number of goals awaiting the other side of these clubs. And then the last games about the Chelsea Football Club now, we've seen massive improvement or the Chelsea Football Club. They'll talk about Ekitike playing in that particular league of Liverpool Football Club now. A lot of expectation about this particular striker because of the kind of goals last season. Liverpool under Arne Slot was able to score those number of goals that almost edge the English Premiership with the first time under Arne Slot, every the Dutch all back into the English Premiership or those number of goals and also edge the English Premiership now. So these attackers are going to score a lot of goals. But so we'll check Manchester United almost signing Benjamin Sesko. It can easily tell you that they have that kind of potentials in the number of goals or match. Last season, DIABY, the number of goals that Manchester United share in the English Premiership. So all calculate the attackers only lead at the man side of Manchester United that they ever form. When you be to say Marcus Rashford or Kakra at a certain point, or about them Aston Villa, Alejandro Garnacho Mubo Kakra, and even Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zeximo Mujin who bought them Manchester United no. Or Mugos almost them Manchester United no ever form. So in the total number of goals, when it comes to the front attacking tier of Manchester United, it was just 44 goals in a Manchester United in all other competition when it comes to leading attacking side no. But so we'll share the side of Brent in Buemo. Any matches Kunyomubo, Edema the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and even for the other football club, Brian Mbeumo Eboya. Mbeumo last season scored 20 goals plus 7 assists for the parent football club and signed an offer about Manchester United. Then you talk about Matthias Cunha also share 15 goals plus 6 assists for these kind of football club or boy and signed about Manchester United. It tells you even the number of goals that these two attackers, actually the previous clubs, is even getting closer to the overall number of goals. Manchester United, Ruben Amorim in Koran, Etibisha Edinburgh. So it tells you Manchester, Enya Benjamin Sesko, Onya Brian Mbeumo, Onya Matthias Cunha, they can easily propel an attacking fronter, a lot of goals, about Manchester United from 15th position last season, they can easily come on top in this particular season. Yeah, I can say, it is up to the coach Ruben Amorim to design a good tactical method. When it comes to the front attacking tier that Obenya or Manchester United, it is up to him to design a good strategy or meet man mounted abo netimi aboano or boy a typical 3-5-2. And Obianim says or attack with wing backs, making sure the central progress and the back can wing backs now, and will be creative with 4 attackers with attacking third of Manchester United. There's a particular moment that Brian Mbeumo is someone that defensively he is solid. When it comes to offensive street, he can give you that number of goals. So what the stars now since last season, it tells you so when you know Manchester United in he can give you that swift attacking football now. The side of Ruben Amorim Manchester United no. Then you talk about Matthias Cunha for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers or a central progressor at any moment in time as an auxiliary striker just behind the main striker Benjamin Sesko. So when you have this kind of attack and also or in between the wings and also or in the central progression method, he can easily score that number of goals as compared to last season. 15 goals, 6 assists, or the other side of Wolverhampton Wanderers now. It tells you Ruben Amorim, the 5 number of attackers now Obono together with Bruno Fernandes on it tells you Manchester United in the coming season they can easily score that number of goals. But so all Manchester United then you talk about Arsenal Football Club. The Biamekan has said Mikel Arteta is one of these particular coaches why Aswadi in the number of premiership waiting about the side of Arsenal Football Club. So what track they are called last 2 seasons we had a number of goals at Arsenal for HA last 2 seasons. It was just 95 goals. And can Mikel Arteta a prominent prolific striker Ejineni mo anka obi tomato 20 na man anka easily. Enka Arsenal Football Club would have won that particular Premier League even last 2 seasons. So we'll check last season, the number of goals at Arsenal Football Club 8 share. Arsenal share 112 goals at almost share at the moment. In the overall number of goals at players in share, it was 112. A track the call back. The last time Arsenal share 112 and that's almost exceeded that number of goals. No, it was far back in the 2004 season. At that time, almost the Invincibles edged that number of English Premiership. Almost 113 goals almost share within that particular season under Arsene Wenger. But I will check the side of striker Makotinaba in the sense of Victor Gyokeres. It tells you, say, almost 112 goals last season. Victor Gyokeres for Sporting Lisbon last season scored 43 goals and gave Sporting Lisbon 14 assists for himself. It tells you, say, getting Victor Gyokeres in attacking front of Arsenal Football Club, he can score a lot number of goals for the side of Arsenal. So we'll check it's not only about last season, but then he has given a consistent good performance for Sporting Lisbon. Checking the last 2 season games of the side of Sporting Lisbon, he gave them 50 goals, 52 assists, and then 52 goals and 12 assists for Sporting Lisbon within last 2 seasons. And even just last season, he gave them 50 games, 43 goals plus 14 assists. So last 2 seasons, almost 52 goals to Crampon. Last season, he was able to give them close to about 43 goals in all other competitions on the other side of Sporting Lisbon. It tells you, say, when it comes to goal scoring opportunities, he can easily utilize that number of goals for them. But last season, Saul Cheke Arsenal, the all top scorers for Arsenal in the year 2024-2025 season. It is telling you, say, it was something bad for Mikel Arteta in terms of an attacking side for Arsenal Football Club. Kai Havertz is not a typical number 9 which believe the Arsenal Football Club, because that particular material season Arsenal for getting that kind of names. Free Chelsea Football Club number Arsenal. No, that season he was a top scorer for Chelsea Football Club. He scored just 9 goals. When he came to Arsenal last season, he gave Arsenal 2 double-digit numbers. Ultimately, Arsenal, MON-FRI second in the English Premiership. But last season, Kai Havertz was able to give Arsenal Football Club by 15 goals, followed by Bukayo Saka in the right wing forward for Arsenal Football Club. He gave Arsenal 12 goals in that particular level, and then Gabriel Martinelli gave Arsenal 10 goals. Leandro Trossard, in any moment in time, see Gabriel Martinelli with the left wing, he gave Arsenal another 10 goals, and even Mikel Merino, MON-FRI, the Spanish La Liga, Arsenal. No, he is a central progressive, a central midfielder, but then he was being played out of position. But yes, still, he gave Arsenal 9 solid goals in that particular season at Arsenal Football Club. This number of goals, fine. It was good for Arsenal because all coming in total, in all number of goals that the players scored for Arsenal Football Club, it was 112. But at least, in Arsenal, it was a top-notch prolific striker, a fox in the box. Obitima converting most of the chances are Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard in attacking side. Obitima channel, they are going to the Foxer. And can you get a number of goals? More than this kind of thing, because these numbers nature say the central midfield of Arsenal, talking about Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi, even last season, Thomas Partey and Obidise Martin Odegaard, they give a clear number of chances. They give clear number of breaking line passes into the attacking team. So when you have Victor Gyokeres, our attacking side of Arsenal Football Club, believe me or not, he can score that number of goals. Then you talk about Chelsea Football Club. Last season for Chelsea, someone check your number of goals in Chelsea. It was something special for Chelsea Football Club. You talk about Obidise Kopa, 15 goals plus 9 assists. You talk about Obidise Enzo Fernandez are all but 7 goals plus 13 assists. The side of Nicolas Jackson, 12 goals plus 5 assists. And then Christopher Nkunku, 14 goals plus 5. It tells you the side of Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, didn't have that kind of prolific strike, that number of goals, almost 20 goals and 30 goals. But then one thing that Enzo Maresca, actually most of these players, say he wants each and every attacker within the attacking front of Chelsea Football Club to score number of goals. I won't rely in just one person to mention that number of goals the side of Chelsea Football Club. But getting João Pedro, getting Liam Delap from the side of Ipswich, or João Pedro, Edinefree the side of Brighton and Hove Albion about Chelsea Football Club now. It tells you this number of games and this number of goals of the previous past attackers. Actually, Chelsea Football Club in the last season, these 2 attackers can easily score number of goals for Chelsea Football Club. So Liam Delap last season, He gave the side of Ipswich Town 40 games, 12 goals plus 2 assists. So in terms of assist method, it was very low. But then he gave Ipswich 12 goals in his credibility for that particular football club. Then you talk about Pedro, 58 games, 19 goals plus 9 assists for the side of Brighton and Hove Albion in the last games of Bournemouth. But in this particular season, although say yeah, share season and say most of the matches, but in the last 5 games, Pedro has been able to play for Chelsea Football Club. He has given them 5 solid goals for Chelsea Football Club. And so we had a number of chances. Pedro in attacking front of Chelsea. He has getting close to about 7 chances. While converting these 7 chances into 5 goals at ABOU Chelsea Football Club. And really most of the matches in the last games are Pedro and so etimi ABOU Chelsea Football Club. It tells you say a new striker had been able to arrive, and then being as a Brazilian player, he has a certain boy called William Estevao at any moment in time. He can easily communicate with the guy, and they can easily give him that number of assists in the attacking front of Chelsea Football Club. So what we share Manchester City, there is a particular type of football club. Pep Guardiola try as much as possible to play the 4-1-4-1 tactical flexibility. But he makes sure about the closing gate system for Manchester City. So what we had last season, Erling Haaland was able to score 21 goals for Manchester City. No have for no Asia 9 goals for the side of Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne Asia 8 goals for Manchester City, and then Jeremy Doku Asia 7 goals in the English Premiership only for Manchester City. The number of goals according to Manchester City as compared to last season or last 2 seasons, it was very low for the side of Pep Guardiola. And having Erling Haaland and attackers or Muji in modern Manchester City, they can easily score that number of goals. But to me, DIABY, so we'll check this number of clubs I'm abona. The goal scoring chart will be the side of Chelsea Football Club.
Who's the Chelsea now formation goals?
This season, Chelsea will score that number of goals for themselves. Because I will hear Liverpool. Check Liverpool. Obia waiting machine lot of goals them Liverpool. Even throughout last 2 seasons has been the side of Mohamed Salah. 44 games in 2024 season, 25 goals and 13 assists for Liverpool. Even this season, he scored 38 in 38 games. He gave them 30 goals and 21 assists in last season. It tells you say Liverpool and most of the games, most of the goals, so much the Cassia Padma Liverpool is Mohamed Salah. But this time around, they are losing Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich Football Club. Diego Jota and Ephraim at the Liverpool Football Club. Omni Hugo Ekitike and even the side of Cody Capo. Can these 3 attackers maneuver their way in scoring that's most of the games for Arne Slot in the coming season? It will be a good decision for Arne Slot to bring in Alexander Isak. The entire makers and say Cody Capo, Hugo Ekitike, and Mohamed Salah. This will be a new attacking front on which what they side of Liverpool Football Club. Because last season, some head attacking and their bottom Liverpool now, they were consistent and they were delivering on top games and slot. It's me maneuver the way above Edema the side of Liverpool Football Club. Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes, and then you get Obi to say Mohamed Salah or no ball from the right side of that particular position. They were scoring that number of goals. Darwin Nunes a free moko, Luis Diaz and Soko, then you get Diego Jota on Sweu. So you're talking about Liverpool Football Club, but they are going to play a new identity in terms of one attacking side. And they will need someone Obetimi Amon over the way has scored that number of goals at the Liverpool Football Club. The age-wise of Mohamed Salah and Mbouano in this particular season. Because we've seen English Premiership in most times, the attackers so money when it comes to goal scoring opportunities, not a table form. But looking at Hugo Ekitike, after Obe adapted into the system of Arne Slot. Cody Capo has been with the team for quite long. But then, so we had a number of goals to watch them at Liverpool. It is not convincing as compared to Luis Diaz. The number of games and the number of performances are not the Liverpool Football Club. So to me, going on in this particular season, me and Adam bet now because Liverpool will score that number of goals. But then, so we had Liverpool in him now. I think so. Alexander Isak ever joined the attacking front of Liverpool Football Club. Ever do that number of games and that number of resources in terms of goal scoring opportunities and a slot. At the other side of Liverpool Football Club. But overall, the attackers of these particular football clubs and Betima Budi, I take Chelsea Football Club to be scoring a lot of goals this particular season.
Martina, they all kind of has a EPR on one.
Oh, they baby.
And then we now will try and say Chelsea, we are Chelsea.
Chelsea beat me.
EPR no.
You have the squad in there.
Sir.
At the ABOU, a take a club a winning English Premiership in Chelsea will currently as we speak.
Mate, bye. When you say you're there, Yamwa, say Friday in a chassis.
Friday.
And see everybody have a doing come. Now, my main kind message.